think the more we listen to the body, respect the body, look at nature, you know, the more we're led in the right direction. I think, you know, we have the responsibility, if we're going to engage with the body, to do it, you know, to use all our resources and do it in a way that's, you know, respectful. You know, coming from that vitalistic philosophy of, you know, just that I think that's the big premise, that the body is intelligent, you know. But and you know, we may never understand it completely, but I think we have a responsibility to try to understand it. And you know, I think the more we do, the better off we are. Yeah. You know, basically, different events, whether they're physical, chemical, or emotional, can be so much that the body, the nervous system, can't really integrate them well, you know, into the experience of life, and you know, in the body and whatever. And because of that, you know, we subluxate, which is probably the appropriate thing at the time, you know, the subluxation. But you know, there comes a point where that it stagnates the development, the expansion of the body at that point, and the person. And you know, by removing it, that interference, in the appropriate way, at the appropriate time, it gives the body the ability to actually integrate that information, that energy, and to grow from that experience, versus looking at life through that experience that isn't integrated. It kind of puts you in a like almost like a, say, stuck perspective, versus you know, once that energy information is integrated into that person, there's a gift in that. Dr. Riekman's done a great job. You know, what he does, he's very good at you know, what he does. I mean, building the school back up. And I think as people came in, they really made an effort to get what, you know, we consider good people. And you know, it's a bigger process about who they, you know, look for and how they look for people and hire people. You know, he always had the philosophy of it's about the students, which is, I think, is a great philosophy. You know. And that's kind of a focus right now, you know, getting more of the clinical side in touch with the didactic side and kind of merging that. You know, there's some great people they've hired, and I can only speak, you know, where I'm at, because I'm in the clinics, and they've just hired some great people that I just really enjoy being around.
That's awesome.
So I think it's a lot of things, and a great vision that the president has, and you know, things are moving pretty quickly in directions too. Things are, you know, if there's something that's to be done, you can see with what's going up with the housing and the new above ground garage and the greening of the campus, and I mean, those things are happening. You know, they're happening right away. They're happening now, and I'm kind of, you know, I gotta tell you, I'm really excited to see what everything looks like, and you know, in even just a few years, you know, it's a fun place to be, you know. I've been there 11 years now.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm not in my own practice now. I kept the practice that I was in with you for a while, part-time, when I was over there. But yeah, it's been about 11 years.
Wow.
Yeah. And man, I'm still a student. I love that I can be a student still. It's the most fun thing, and I can practice.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, I can do it all over there. It's just it's a place for me anyway. You know,
Absolutely.
That's a big question. Well, you know, for me, my drive has always been to human potential. You know, that's just I believe. I guess the thing that sustains me the most, I believe so much in the body, and you know, in innate before chiropractic, you know, and I think that's what attracted me to chiropractic. That and listening to the body. You've called me an awareness junkie,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and so when you experience certain things, you know, that you experience that are so powerful in your life, it becomes a real drive just to want to get back there and experience those all the time. And you know, most of those things have to do with healthy input. You know, when you're doing things healthy, and we talked about the whole neurology behind this, which is fascinating. It's, you know, I won't necessarily get into it, but you know, just expanding the neurological expansion and the ability to how to live, what that does in terms of just heightening everything that we do, all of our senses. That so you know, to be able to experience the world in a much broader way, an expansive way, a more rewarding way. And to me, that's all about health, and health begets health. You know, any healthy thing you do, this is a real key thing. Any healthy thing you do is going to make you healthier in all other areas. So you know, if you eat better, you're going to think better. You know, your body's going to work better. If you think better, you're going to eat better. You know, I mean, you could tie it in any which way you want, but you know, anything that you do healthy is going to improve all other aspects of your health. You know, if you get adjusted, you know, that's pretty much basic chiropractic philosophy. You know, you get adjusted, everything's going to function better. And so, you know, I've kind of made my life about that, because I know how rewarding that is. And you know, you talk in terms of the body, flexibility and awareness is something, you know, we've always talked a lot about. I think there's a definite relationship. I mean, if you increase flexibility, you increase awareness if you increase flexibility in the body, you increase awareness in the mind to the exact same level. And you know, and of course, in terms of metabolic capacity, you're throwing a lot of concepts around here, but that has to be integrated. I mean, you can have, you know, there's people that are, you know, too much awareness and not enough flexibility, that they, you know, it's not supportive in their life. And there's people with, you know, maybe too much flexibility in an unhealthy way, you know, and they don't have the awareness to really to know that, you know. So I mean, I think those things are really, really big things, and you know, and I look at chiropractic that way, you know, especially the way you deliver your work. You know, I mean, that's been so supportive for me, and you know, just to give you some accolades. I mean, you've been probably the strongest influence in my life, because I think, you know, you talk philosophy. You know, there's a lot of people that talk philosophy but don't live philosophy, and you know, everything you do comes from your philosophy or your belief. You know, is a certain way. Your whole life is like that, and so to me, you know, you are philosophy. You are the philosophy. You're walking the philosophy, and I've always tried to do the same thing. And you know, that's why you've been such a support in my life, for that reason. And you know, and I never, to me, you know, I'm not real political with things. I tend to, you know, I don't necessarily need to get hyped up about things anymore. You know, it's real for me. You know, I try to make it real. You know, and that's good enough. You know.